Nearly 7 years ago now, I first had the idea to start my little cleaning business. And boy, what a journey it's been. I've since scaled to multiple seven figures a year in recurring revenue. I've got a team of nearly 100 people across 2 locations. I've got both of those locations under management, and I've been able to remove myself from the operations of the business. And I've done things that I never thought, one, was possible, but two, that I could actually achieve it myself. I had so many people telling me that I wasn't going to be able to scale a residential cleaning business into the multi-seven figures. I wasn't going to be able to take it to those lengths. I would have had to really go hard into the commercial space, and I wouldn't be able to scale with employees. And I had so many financial advisors and accountants that I'd met up with and had meetings with that they told me I should be trying to decrease my wage bill, and I should move away from hiring employees, and I should just do contractors, and all these things, and all these people telling me why I couldn't or why I shouldn't be able to do something. And against all odds and against everything that people have told me, I have gotten to where I am now, and I'm very grateful to have been able to share some aspects of that journey with an audience, with you people listening to this, and also in my social media videos that I started doing around 3 years ago. And it's been a crazy, incredible and transformational journey. I'm a completely different person to when I started this business all those years ago. And I was talking to some people in my Q&A call inside my coaching program the other day, and they had the question, something along the lines of, what's one bad behavior or trait that you see is very common among a lot of cleaning business owners or business owners in general? And my answer to that was, people tend to lose focus very easily. They get distracted, they try different things, or they don't try the thing they should be trying for long enough, and they divert into something else, and they pivot before they even give the thing a chance to actually, see it through and see if it's going to be, see if it's good enough. And they spread themselves too thin across a lot of different either business ideas or business practices, and like different methods of marketing, and all these different things. That when it really comes down to it, it's focus. I truly believe that the only reason I've been able to get to where I am now in this business is because I just had pure tunnel vision focus on building the business to where it eventually got to. And I did not get distracted by other things. I had a lot of good opportunities come my way. When about a year and a half into my TikTok, I had an opportunity to partner with a big cleaning products brand and basically launch my own product range. And I turned that down, even though the offer was, very, very, it looked good on paper, and it was very enticing. But I was always just very focused on my cleaning business, and I never wanted to take away too much time, energy, and focus from that. And even getting on TikTok and even getting on social media, I didn't start my social media until nearly 4 years in to running my business. And by then I was already doing around $1 million a year, and I had a manager in place, right? So I've just been very, very good and I guess disciplined about how I maintain my focus. And, I launched a coaching program around 2 years ago. That's called Booked Out Cleaners. I've been running that ever since. And I've never really scaled that up because, again, same thing. I didn't want to spread my focus too thin across too many different projects. Even though I had a really good management team in the cleaning business, when I do up a little like table or like a pros and cons list, and I add up the amount of time I put into things versus what I get back, and the potential and the upside of the things I'm working on, the cleaning business was always the biggest upside or the biggest potential upside out of anything I was doing. And so I always had a very long-term mindset about how I wanted to go about it. I said no to a lot of, shiny things that, sure, they might be lucrative in the short term and they may make me a bit of quick cash, but long term, I knew that the cleaning business was always going to be my nest egg and a sure thing. And so it's why I never really grew the coaching program beyond what it is now. I actually took it private. I don't even know how long ago, probably a year and a half ago. I'm not 100% sure, around a year ago, definitely. And so when I first launched Booked Out Cleaners, I had around 75 members in the first month. And I immediately just kind of pumped the brakes on it, and I took the community private, and I slowly just like let some people leave, and I filtered some people out over the coming year and a bit. And I let a few people in just if they, went out of their way to message me or email me and we had a chat and they were a good fit. But I always kept it very low key. I never really pushed it. It was never a big thing. I never wanted to make it a big thing, but I wanted it to at least have the capacity to help people without taking away from what was important to me. And at the time, what was important to me was growing my business. I just launched my second location. So I've got two main locations. I've got Bunbury and Perth. For those that don't know, Bunbury is my bigger location. Perth is the newer one, which is very quickly catching up to Bunbury. And around the time I started coaching, I was about a year into that second location. And so I didn't want to take too much time away from that. And anyway, I kept it very low key. I never made it a big thing. I always kept it pretty quiet, and that was very deliberate. I never plastered it everywhere. I never ran big launches for it, and that was entirely on purpose. The only times I ever talked about it was maybe from a couple Instagram stories where I'm like, hey, I'm on a Q&A call inside my thing right now. I think I made one small TikTok about it where I mentioned it, and I obviously talked about it a little bit on this podcast, which is why any of you would even know about it if you're a long-time listener. And so I've kept it pretty, small, and that was very intentional. I had the opportunity to really grow it, and I've had over 150 people on the wait list to join it, and I just haven't acted upon it. Now, I know that's frustrated some people. Maybe some of you listening to this have wanted to get in on it and, use that to help you grow your business. And if you missed the boat early on, I'm sorry that you didn't get the opportunity. But the reason I'm making this episode now is because I have something very exciting to share. Because now that I've put my second location in the cleaning business under management, I've got a lot more time freedom and a lot more autonomy to do some other things and just change pace a little bit and have a bit of a change up in my life. So over the past couple of months, I've been teasing it inside my school community, inside Booked Out Cleaners, and I've been showing sneak peeks of a new program, a new community that I'm working on, and now I'm finally ready to talk a bit about that publicly. And this is going to be a very big thing for me because I've never ever gone all in on coaching, on mentoring, or anything like that. The most I've done was I had 2 one-on-one clients that I worked with for a few months, and then I had to kindly let them go because I just wanted to focus on the cleaning business. And I only really spent 1 or 2 hours a week on Booked Out Cleaners, and that was enough for me. But anyway, I'm now in a position where I've got 2 locations in my cleaning business under management. I've got the teams in place, automations, the whole machine, the whole 9 yards. And it's running without me having to be the one holding it all together. I don't even need to do the decision making anymore. The decision making is outsourced to people that are, frankly, smarter than me. And I love that. I love that I'm not, the business doesn't depend on me anymore. That's a great thing. And so I've got a very talented team, and they've really taken the reins now. And my role is really just to maintain the brand and steer the ship in the right direction, which has allowed a lot of freedom for me just in my personal life now. And so that was kind of the line in the sand for me where I said, I'm going to finally just give this coaching thing a real hard crack, because I've actually really enjoyed what I've done inside Booked Out Cleaners over the last 2 years. I've seen so many people achieve so much incredible success, and I've had such amazing feedback. And like I took the community private, a year ago, and pretty much everyone stayed in there. And there isn't a single person inside my program now that isn't doing good, that isn't on an upward trajectory. And it's really, really cool to see. And there's just so many great people in there, and I've had so many amazing interactions, and just seeing all the growth and all the prosperity in there has really motivated me in a way I never thought it would to give this whole coaching thing a real serious look. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm here to announce that very soon I'll be relaunching Booked Out Cleaners under a new name. It won't be called that anymore, which I'm not going to tell you what that is yet before you ask. It's going to be a new structure. And honestly, it's going to be a completely different level of ambition for what this thing can do with the people inside of it. Now, here's one big thing that I'll be doing differently this time around. Because I've realized over the years that people who come to me aren't all in the same place and they don't all want the same thing. This relaunch is going to have two separate communities. It's going to be two different rooms for two different sorts of journeys, okay? So one of them is going to be for the operator who's still grinding and who's got a business or doesn't have a business but wants to start one, and they want to get to 10K months. They want to get to 6 figures a year, 100K a year. And, that room, that community is going to be built entirely around that ethos to get people to 100K a year, if not a little bit more. And then the second community is going to be the mastermind. This is where I'm going to really work closely with people to take them to the next level, to go from 100K to $500,000 to $1 million a year. I've now done, we do multiple 6 figures a month in the business. I now have a very replicable process. I've basically distilled it down to a very simple formula. Some of the people that are in my program now, they're copying some of the things I'm doing and they're experiencing a lot of success. So that'll be what the second community is going to be for. So if you think about it like this, we're going to have, sort of like a beginner and an intermediate community. The beginner, it's going to be designed to get you to 10K a month, 100K a year. And then the intermediate one or the pro one, it's going to be designed to get you from 100K all the way up to $500,000, $1 million and beyond. And because I've got a lot of time now, I'll be able to really help people in a way that I couldn't before. As much as I wanted to, I wouldn't allow myself to because I didn't want to divert my focus and lose sight of what I was, really motivated to do in my own business. And so that's it. That's what's going to be happening. And I wanted to just build a little bit of anticipation for that. But I also want to be straight up with you because I want to set the tone early, right? This isn't going to be for everyone. It's not going to be for the person that's looking for a magic button or an overnight thing. It's for the operator who's willing to put in the reps. They're willing to follow the systems and actually do the work. And if that's you, if you've been following along in this podcast and maybe watching me online and following my business journey and taking notes and thinking, one day I want to build a business like this, a real business and not just a job that I own, then start paying attention because this is the thing that you've been waiting for. But I'm not opening the doors today. This is still a couple of months out. I'm building it properly and I want to do everything really well before I even launch version 1. So I'm not going to rush it, but I do want to let you all know that this is on the horizon. But what I will say is this, get on the list, get in early, because when I open this up, it's not going to be as small as it was before, but it's not going to be massive. I'm still going to cap the amount of people that are going to be allowed in this thing, just because, again, like there's only one of me. I'll probably build a small team to help with the community aspect of it, but I really want to help people closely. So I want to work somewhat one-on-one with a group of people, and I can only do so much of that. So the mastermind version of this, the pro version, this is going to be very limited. So if it's something that appeals to you, if it's something that you know that you would want to get into, I'd recommend following along these podcasts and keeping up to date. And as soon as there is a wait list that becomes available, I recommend you get on it because it will go very quick. I currently have over 150 people that are in the pending requests to get into booked out cleaners. So, and obviously the people inside booked out cleaners some of them will want to go into mastermind. So it will fill up pretty quick, I imagine. The academy probably won't be capped at all. So, and that'll be a pretty low cost offer. So I want to make that really accessible. If you don't have a cleaning business or if you have a cleaning business under 10K a month, that'll be there for you. And that'll feature some programs and potentially like weekly Q&A calls and stuff like that with me. So that should be cool. But I just wanted to set the scene and let you all know that this is coming. But it isn't coming for a little while. There's a lot of stuff I have to build and some things that I want to put in place first. I'm actually building an entire software that is going to wrap around this new community as well. So everyone that's inside this new program will get access to this software that will go hand in hand with your coaching program. So For the people in Mastermind, essentially what you'll be getting is you'll be getting a tailor-made program direct from me that plugs into this new software that you can use to track your progress, to actually act on your progress, that I can see and I can help you with. And there'll be some tools and other things in this software with HR and pricing and quoting and SOPs and all these things that'll just help you as well. So it's going to be an absolutely insane platform, and I'm really, really excited to be able to share that. And I've showed some sneak peeks of this inside Booked Out Cleaners in some of the live calls, and people are just loving how it's looking. So I'm very excited to be able to push that out. And that's about all I really wanted to share at this point. I just wanted to let you know that something's coming, and I'm very excited about it. It's been a long time coming. A lot of people ask me. I still get at least one message a day from someone asking me if I can coach them, and that time is finally coming. I really just, I've been doing the same thing for 6 years now, and I want a little bit of a change. I'm going to be doing some more travel, and this is something I can do while I travel. I can take it with me, and it'll keep me engaged. It'll keep me occupied. It'll be fun. I've had a lot of fun helping the people in my community grow. And another cool thing I'm going to be doing as well is over the next few weeks, I will be interviewing some of the people inside Booked Out Cleaners that have achieved success and want to share that story of success and their business journey with everyone on the podcast. So I've already recorded a few of them, and they've been great. And that's something to look forward to as well. I just spoke to Jenna from Cardamom Cleaning. She's one of the people in my program. She grew her business by 400% since joining Booked Out Cleaners in 1 year, which is absolutely insane. Another person, Steph from Cav Cleans. She has built a team, and she's finally been able to take herself out of the business. She's got a manager in place now. She took a holiday where she fully just disconnected from the business, and it continued to run and grow without her. And so she's doing amazing. There's someone else in there who's gone from about 70K a year to $500,000 a year. I'm going to be talking to him, and a lot of other people on similar trajectories doing similar things. But they all have one thing in common, and it's that they sought the right advice. They postured their mind in a way where they were willing to receive help, and then they actually acted on the help that they got. So you'll quickly pick up on this when you listen to these interviews, that these people, it wasn't just handed to them. They didn't just watch a course and then the next week they went from like 50K to 300K businesses. They actually put in the work, and they had the right attitude and the right mindset about it, which is the important thing. If you don't have that attitude and you don't have that mindset, you will not succeed in a group coaching or mentoring program. In fact, you won't succeed at all, because that's step one. If you're not in a position where you can accept and you can take on board feedback and you're not coachable, then you probably won't get very far. And so it's a common thread between everyone I see who's in my community that's doing really well is that they just have the right attitude and they do the work. And they don't make excuses. They ask questions. And also the people around me that I know in business that are very successful, they've all got coaches. They've all got mentors. I've got mentors. I'm in Success School. I pay $15K a year to be in that. I've had a mentor on culture and HR. I've had mentors on finance and business and accounting strategy and all these things. And everyone I know that's a multimillionaire, they have the same thing. They all have coaches at a high level. And yeah, the people that I'll be interviewing from Booked Out Cleaners, they've got some incredible stories to share, just amazing people. And, these are people that have achieved tremendous success in a short amount of time with, honestly, minimal help. Like, there's some really good courses in the community that I've created that they've used. But, besides that, I just kind of leave people to their own devices, and I do a weekly Q&A call, but I haven't really worked closely with anyone. And so I'm really excited now that I've got the freedom to be able to do it, that I can work more closely with people and more one-on-one and actually give people tailor-made programs and, really help people properly. And once I do that, I'm really excited to see where that can take people's businesses and what that can do for others, because it's been a very gratifying journey for me. I really didn't expect to love coaching as much as I did. Funny story, I started my coaching program initially because I crashed a really expensive car, $130,000 car, did not get an insurance payout. So I was like, I'll launch this coaching thing, make that $130K back, and then I'll just can it. And I made that 130K back pretty quick without spending too much time working on the coaching. It was actually great because I was like incapacitated for about 6 months and couldn't work. And so I just did coaching and it was great. But anyway, I made the money back. But then I actually found out that I enjoyed it. I was like, I wasn't expecting to like this as much as I did. And then I just kind of kept doing it. And ever since, I've been planning like a relaunch and a re-release of the program and thinking about what that would look like and how I can make this as good as possible and how it can be the best program for anyone in this space that they've ever seen. And so that's what I'm working towards. And I just wanted to tease that. Hopefully you can kind of realize the excitement I have towards this, and hopefully it's getting you excited as well. But there's not too much else to say at this point other than it is in the works and it will be coming soon. And there's a lot to look forward to. It's going to be revolutionary. It's not going to be like anything you've ever seen before, especially in the coaching space. No one is doing what I'll be doing. And I'll slowly be sharing more and more information as the weeks go by. And hopefully we'll be looking at a launch in late August. At the time of recording this, it's the 7th of July. So late August, I should be able to release the smaller community, which is going to be the academy version, and then the mastermind will follow that soon after. So stay tuned to the podcast. Stay tuned to me on Instagram if you follow me, Jason Cleans. I'm always posting updates about what I'm doing on there, and there will be a list that comes out if you want to get your name on there and be one of the first people to get early access, because there will be some special offers. And so I won't be speaking too much about it besides this podcast. I wanted to, make a big deal about it now while I could. And yeah, there's those interviews coming out that you can look forward to. I'm trying to get about 10 people to come on the podcast that I've helped coach and talk about their experience with the program and just learn more about them and their business, because I think it's really cool and there's some really valuable insights that other people can share. And that's something to look forward to. So next week will be, or the next episode, if you're listening in chronological order, will be the interview I did with Steph from Cav Cleans. So that's already done and we've recorded that and it was great. She's an amazing lady. She's doing great things and I'm excited to share that with you. So that'll be the first one. I'm not sure what comes out after. It might be, I did an interview with Megan Waugh from Valley to Beach Forensic Cleaning, who's also in my coaching program. I just did the one with Jenna, 400% in a year. She's grown her business by insane. And I've got a lot more to record as well. So there'll be a lot of content. Even if you just love the podcast, then you've got a lot to look forward to there. And with that being said, hope you're excited. Hope you're as excited as I am about this relaunch. And if you're wanting to either start a business and grow and replace your income and possibly leave your job, get to 100K a year, or if you want to go from 100K a year to multi-six figures, maybe even 7 figures and beyond, then this program relaunch is going to be an incredible, incredible asset for you. And I'm very much looking forward to being able to share that with you. It's going to be great. And I'll hopefully share more details soon about the name and just more of the intricacies behind it all. So just wanted to share that with you. And look forward to these interviews that are coming up with some of my coaching clients, because they're going to be great. So hope you enjoy those, and I'll chat to you again soon.